Hello, all my good people out there. I am Bucky Badger W, and today I am starting a new series, which is I'm going to be doing ratings for every college football team, or at least every Power 5 team, probably Notre Dame in there, UCF, some good group of 5 teams, maybe the whole AAC. But so, for right now, I'm just doing the Power 5 teams, and my first team today is my Wisconsin Badgers. And how we're going to do this is I'm just going to predict the ratings of each player, and yeah, that's how it's going to be. So starting out at quarterback, we have Graham Mertz, 4-star recruit out of high school. I'm putting him at an 83 overall. That might be overrating him. Once you see my rating scale, I don't think that it's going to be overrating him. Then at backup, we have Jack Coan, 78, 500 pass yards. Last year wasn't great. He was bang on average. Danny Vanden Boom, 68. And at running back, we have Jonathan Taylor, 98. He was amazing last year. 2,194 yards, 16 touchdowns. Really not that great of a receiver, but probably the best running back in the country. You could debate Travis Etienne. I'm not going to have that conversation right now. Back up, they lost Tywan Deal, but they still have Gary Groshek. 78 overall, 425 yards last year. Two touchdowns, almost 600 yards from scrimmage. So pretty good season from him last year. And then we have Nakia Watson and Julius Davis, both at 74s for depth. And Mason Stokey, the fullback, 70 overall, just 13 yards last year from scrimmage. Not great. At wide receiver, we have A.J. Taylor. I may be overrating these guys just a little, but he had 500 yards last year, 3 touchdowns. I think that he was pretty good last year. The second wide receiver that we have is Danny Davis. Put him at an 84. He went off against Purdue last year, but I think that he was pretty good. 418 yards, 5 touchdowns, a couple of runs, actually. The third wide receiver, Kendrick Pryor, a 77 overall, 273 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then a couple of running plays. Just a 77, not great. Jack Dunn, 73, Aaron Cruikshank, 72, and Adam Krumholz, 67, are the depth at wide receiver. Then at tight end, we have Jake Ferguson at an 82 overall. He was a third down, and he was a third down monster for them last year. He just came up in big moments, and that's what they needed. I think that he should probably do the same this year, and he should really help out Graham Mertz. And Hayden Rucci, out of high school, 75 overall. Luke Benshaw, the brother of Bo Benshaw, who left for the NFL, at a 72 overall. Now at offensive tackle, we have Cole Van Landen, who's an 88. He was one of PFF's. I don't have the tweet anymore. But he was one of PFF's best pass blocking tackles last year. I think I might be underrating him at 88. A little bit into the season, I think that he could go up into the 90s. Logan Brown, the second best recruit all time, a 5-star, second best recruit all time for Wisconsin, I should say. He's an 86. I think that he should be really good. And then the depth is Joe Tippmann, 76, Tyler Beach, 75, David Mormon, 73. At offensive guard, we have Logan Bruss, who's a 78, Jason Erdman, a 76. Michael Dieter and Bo Benshaw both left for the draft. Those were their 2 starting guards last year. They were really good. Probably would have been both 95s, but 78 and 76, not a ton to complain about. I think that when we get farther into the year, they'll probably prove me wrong, and they should get up into the 80s, 85 around. And then Caden Lyles, he plays on the defense right now, but apparently they recruited him as a really good offensive guard, which I did not know. I knew that he was an offensive guard, moved to D-tackle. Did not know that he was that good of an offensive guard. I just have him as a 74. And John Seltzner at a 72. At center, the best center in college football, Tyler Biadasz, 96 overall. There's really nothing bad to say about him. he probably should be a first-round pick if Garrett Bradbury out of NC State was. Yeah, not much to say. So, on the defensive side, at defensive end, we have Isaiah Loudermilk, who had 15 tackles and a sack last year. I have him at an 82 overall because I saw a lot more than that. I saw that he was blossoming last year and he was becoming really good for this Wisconsin team. Then I have Garrett Rand at a 79. He seemed to be really good last year. Or, what am I saying? He was out last year, and he's been out for the past 2 years. I don't know. I think that he should be pretty good when he comes back. That's what I'm hearing from a couple sources. Matt Henningsen, he had 32 tackles and 1 sack last year, so actually better production than Isaiah Loudermilk. I just didn't really see him coming all over the field like Isaiah Loudermilk did. He's at a 74, and then CJ Goetz at a 71. D-tackle Bryson Williams, 79. He's been behind Olive Sagapolu these last couple of years, and where is he? There are his stats. 12 tackles last year, that's it. I saw a little more than it from him last year. I have him as a 79. Rodas Johnson, good 4-star or 3-star. Yeah, 3-star recruit. And David Pfaff. I have them both as a 75. Outside linebacker, this is where Wisconsin is normally good. They had, what's his name? Had Van Ginkel leave last year. I was blinking there for a second. They also had they did not have Tyler Johnson leave. But so they have Zach Bond, who last year had 62 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Pretty good production. I'm pegging him at an 84. Not a ton more to say. Christian Bell at an 80. 3 tackles last year. I'm pretty sure he was injured for most of the season, though. Noah Brooks, 76. Tyler Johnson, 75. Spencer Little, 75. And Maema Young Meta, I believe that's how you pronounce it, at a 74. Now, at inside linebacker, we have Chris Orr, who should be the best player on this defense, at least by my ratings. Spoiler. But, he's been out the last couple of years. He had 27 tackles and a tackle for loss last year. So not a ton of production, but I have him at an 85 overall. I think that he should be pretty good for us. And then Jack Sanborn at a 77. And he had 7 tackles last year. Not great production. Oh, did he? He had a pass defense also. Weird. And Leo Chenel, an athlete, but when you do more research, you find out that he's an inside linebacker. And he will be a 74. Did I say Jack Chenel? I meant Leo Chenel. Okay. Now at cornerback, we have Faion Hicks. The cornerbacks should not be very good for Wisconsin. Last year they were terrible. That's why they were giving up a lot of points. And actually their defense was not so terrible last year. And their cornerbacks got burned a lot last year. Faion Hicks, 78, their best corner. Don't really have to say much after that. Rashad Wildgoose, 75 overall, 7 passes defended, 29 total tackles. For cornerbacks, it's hard to find stats that are telling of how good they played. And I don't really think that you can, but, I watched these guys last year, and they were not very good. Faion Hicks has been pretty good in the past. Duron Harrell, 76. What do I have on Duron Harrell? 10 tackles, a pass defense. Pretty good, I guess. And Caesar Williams, last year, 24 tackles, a pick, 2 yards on that pick, and 3 passes defended. So maybe I should have him higher. Actually, I'm going to move him higher. I had him at a 74. I'm moving him up to a 75 overall for Caesar Williams. Okay, so Caesar Williams, 75. At free safety, we have Scott Nelson, he should be at 78 overall. He had a pick last year, 41 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss. Man, this is better than I thought. But 78 overall, he just didn't jump off the screen to me. I think he was just a bit below average. Reggie Pearson has 73. Not much to say about him. Titus Toller, okay recruit. He's a 75 overall. Eric Burrell, 41 tackles, a pick, 2 passes defended. Same as Scott Nelson, but he popped up the screen even less than Scott Nelson to me last year. And Colin Wilder, a 73. Then the kicker, Colin Larsh. I thought the Gaglianoni still had a year left, but I guess not. Colin Larsh is a 77. I don't know anything to say about that. Punter, Connor Allen, 81. Anthony Lottie, who's supposed to be a good draft prospect, but Anthony Lottie is terrible. He is a 71 punter, and I think that I'm probably overrating him. So if you enjoyed that video, comment, or if you enjoyed that video, like and subscribe, and comment if you agreed or disagreed with anything that I said. So until next time, this is Bucky Badger W saying peace out.